What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on Marty Brodeur, sticking with the St. Louis Blues organization as assistant general manager and not making a return to the New Jersey Devils front office. Kind of a do-nothing story, but I figured I'd touch on it for a couple of reasons. Obviously the Devils are turning over the front office with the Ray signing, among other moves. So, there's that aspect of it, but first of all, Brodeur is going to be like Emmitt Smith with the Cowboys, or with the Cardinals after going to the Cowboys, or Bobby Orr as a Blackhawk, or I think Patrick Ewing ended up in Seattle at one point. In every sport, there's one of those guys that are like, you see that jersey, it's not the jersey you associate him with. It's like, it's an eyesore. He played 7 games for the Blues last year, and got hired right after that as the assistant general manager, and as an advisor to the general manager, I should say. And obviously, St. Louis has a good team. They didn't go far in the playoffs yet again, but Brodeur is a great hockey mind, and to have him around is fantastic. Good for him if he wants to stay in St. Louis. I just get the feel that he's not exactly being invited back to Jersey, and maybe this is an outsider counter movement situation, but I don't like that. I'm not a Devils fan, but you want to see these guys, if they're working in hockey, work with the team, you made your name with. And, if the player wants to go somewhere else, good on them, the former player, should say. But, the organization should do everything it can to, keep him around. And, if anything, for the fans, I mean, Dave Andreychuk works for the Lightning, and, you see him walking around the concourse at the Amalie Arena, taking pictures, signing autographs, shit like that. And, speaking of Lightning, I mean, to contradict myself, Steve Yzerman in Tampa as the general manager. Another sport, Larry Bird with the Indiana Pacers. I mean, he may have had a decent career in Boston, but was able to build a pretty decent team out in Indiana last couple of years. It's kind of like, again, focusing on the sport, but the Miami Dolphins bringing Dan Marino back in the organization, in some capacity, I don't think it's going to do much for that quarterback situation, because Dan Marino is not a miracle worker. He can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. But, you catch my drift. And, before he became president of the team, the Bruins brought back Neely in an advisory role in 2007, and then ultimately, and there had been some bad blood between him and the organization, it felt like, and, to have Neely back in the fold was a great thing. And, you want to see the veterans, but, the former players that are just there is no player more beloved in the city of Boston than Cam Neely. And I'll take that to my grave. He was the perfect Bruin. And to see him back with the Bruins in an official capacity is fantastic. He's been in that capacity for 7-8 years now. Likewise, I'm sure Devils fans feel the same way about Marty. So see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got. Sort of the Power Play with CJ on Marty Brodeur sticking with the Blues and not looking to go back to New Jersey. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.